Well, I could say that when we was coming up, we had music that is now when you listen to, you be like, oh snap, R. Kelly was going crazy.
You had to bring him up.
Keith Sweat was going crazy.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like the song, because you hear the old folk, like, they was jamming and having fun. They wasn't doing nothing crazy. They was playing bones, they was barbecuing, and the music was playing.
While we playing
We just running around. Like, we ain't thinking nothing about the tone of what they being said. But now, like, when you get to relax and be like, I must just put on the oldie real quick.
Right. Every last song.
Wait a minute.
Every last
Whoa, what the heck is going on? What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchets REACT, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another American reaction. So excited about this video. If you're new to us
and we're new to you,
make sure you scroll down,
hit that subscribe button,
and turn on the post notification bell,
because we're on the road to 200K.
And we cannot get there without you guys, alright? Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
Ian Alexander Tokozani Kanyuka, and I am from Malawi.
My name is Mina, and I'm from Sudan.
Hi, I'm Vurush Kamangru, and I'm from South Africa.
My name is James. I'm from Nigeria.
Hi, I'm Nadia, and I'm from Rwanda.
Would you say your country is sexually open?
No.
So
We
not
are
doing that.
very conservative when it comes to sex. Even right now, I feel weird saying the word sex that many times and out loud. So,
Yes, we are open. I think the guys' perspective, they are more open than the girls. So the girls will not talk about it, but they do it more than the guys, I guess.
Oh, snap.
I'm joking. The girl want the guy to display more kind of sexuality. For example, when you go to club, so the guy have to dance more sexually, for the girl to kind of choose who they like the most, maybe the way he kind of twist his waist and stuff like that. So it's more focused on the guy to be more sexual than the girl.
We want to see that dance, Jake.
Oh, snap. Yo.
South Africa, traditionally, yes. I think modern society has taken over, and no, we very sexually open.
Basically, it's forbidden if you're not married, and when you are, it's to just make a baby.
oh my God.
So,
In Malawi, I'd say they're more traditionally conservative, but like we don't really necessarily need to talk about it. It's more like a private thing between you and yours.
Which is the most considered sexually open?
I would say South Africa for sure. People talk about condoms, the usage of condoms very openly, and the fact that say same-sex marriage is legal. You know, a lot of things that are taboo in other countries are okay in South Africa.
When they talk about most sexually guys, I would say they focus more on Nigerian guys. But for the women, I would say South African for sure.
Jeez, what do you think of us?
Come on, okay.
I would say it's Nigeria just because that's who I know more of. But now that I'm hearing this, maybe South Africa too, but I'm going to go with Nigeria because that's what I know.
When I went to South Africa in university and I saw that, okay, they have condoms in the bathrooms, that was like, wow.
I don't think Nigeria have condom in the washroom. They don't.
Yeah.
They don't believe in it.
No, they believe in it though, but I just think sex for Nigerian is very different. Say even in the music thing, they will be talking very sexually in it, but you have to get to some certain age to know that it's very a real dirty thing they were saying.
I would say it's the same in my country.
Well, I could say that when we was coming up, we had music that is now when you listen to, you be like, oh snap, R. Kelly was going crazy.
You had to bring him up.
Keith Sweat was going crazy.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like the song, because you hear the old folk, they was jamming and having fun. They wasn't doing nothing crazy. They was playing bones, they was barbecuing, and the music was playing.
While we playing
We just running around. We ain't thinking nothing about the tone of what they being said. But now, when you get to relax and be like, I must just put on the oldie real quick.
Right. Every last song.
Wait a minute.
Every last
Whoa, what the heck is going on? I missed it, I missed it.
Country. Sex is very implicit, it's implied meaning. If you listen to songs, even songs from way back, you will hear some songs and you will not know that they're actually talking about the real deal.
Sometimes they can explain how they're gonna do you, what they're gonna do with you. There's a song called Do Me. I like the way they do me. So it's a do me is I'm gonna fuck the kind of thing,
That used to be my jam though, bro.
You're part of the crowd.
I was 12 singing, if you do me, I do you.
We didn't know.
Singing Do Me as a 12-year-old.
honesty.
Look at South Africa.
Bruh.
If it's in general, I would think it's Nigeria.
In general?
Yeah.
Nigeria number one?
In general, South Africa.
South Africa.
Men and
Oh,
women
kind of
alike.
situation.
I'm gonna put a caveat out there that the part of Sudan that I'm from, the north, is very conservative. The south, not as much, but I'm just speaking on what I know because I'm from like the north, which is the same culture as Egypt.
Nigerians are born with sex. They are sexual.
Okay.
It's everything. Their men are on you every second, you know?
Okay.
So at that point, so if the men are the one that chase the women, because the women don't chase men, so then I'll say Nigeria should be the first.
No, I do agree that even in South Africa, it's mostly the men that chase the women. And maybe we're not as sexually aroused
We are very on it.
as very but it is in terms of like sex education, about promoting safe sex,
Yeah, safe.
about not the actual deed itself, but the education around it. Although when it comes to the deed, maybe Nigeria's got that one. They got it down, hands down.
Like sex education comes in Nigeria with like a kind of how you were raised, your parents, like religious level, right? So if you are born Muslim, I don't think your parents want to talk about, Christian, right? So, but like they're just a kind of, Nigeria have different kind of structure, right? So if you are going up, like you have some big bros that they are not part of your family, they will tell you a lot about sex education, so that you won't make mistake. So your parents will not educate you on that because they're taboo to be sitting you down talking about sex. There's like a street neighbor, white, those big bros will already educate you, all your cause and everything. They will already corrupt your mind before your parents even know you're already corrupt. So that's our own education. So we don't display it like we are just in it. We are very sexual human beings. You can tell.
Yeah, I think because it's because of our history and because we are colonized by both the Dutch and the British, we had very much like, I would say, a first world education. So we're very much open about these things. Also because we have all these diverse cultures and stuff, it's also spoken within the homes, like the birds and the bees talk. And generally, like the community I come from, it's like almost a no before marriage and all of that stuff. Different.
I ain't gonna talk about the birds and the bees talk, but we do have sex education in schools.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's there to tell you the proper way of doing it. I think it's more so to scare you
To scare you.
about what
Yeah.
can happen if you do it with the wrong one.
Yeah.
Unprotected. Unprotected sex, basically. And yeah, it's like, I remember my sex education class and I ain't like it.
Well, see, sex education class started later for the guys, but for the girls, it actually started in elementary school because they need to know about menstrual cycles.
Feel like,
I remember being in, I don't know what grade it was in, but I don't remember what grade, but it was like I had already, as a girl, I already knew about it because it was taught at home.
Yeah.
But I like that it's taught in schools because children need to know, because there's some parents who are not equipped with the correct education to teach their children.
And how times are today, you would think that we have it in a more way where it can be more understood. With, I mean, just look at the time, we're in 2024. Back then it was a projector, the overhead, and you get to see pictures. Now you have actual people that can pull up to the schools with time on their hands and say, these are the repercussions, or these are the right ways to do things. And I think it's more of a...
And I think, having it on college campuses, that is...
that's
where
protection.
it's needed.
Facts.
Where it's needed. Because,
Dorms,
independence for the first time.
Independence.
And they're together.
cultures, it's like obviously different. But I think we are more modernized.
Well, I went to university in South Africa, so it's like already like all of the countries are there. And if I was to rank from my experience, I don't know, like Malawian guys, I don't know, like in South Africa at the time, I would say the most open or sexually active, I would say, is like the Botswanans were the most. Then you'd have a competition between the Nigerians and the South Africans.
Did you know the Nigerians?
I know a lot of Nigerians, a lot of homies,
Hence our debate, Nigeria versus South Africa.
Yeah, this is happening right now live.
Me, I would stand like Nigerian men are sexually always involved. They were born to have sex. I don't know, like these people have like 10 kids. Like sometimes they don't
you gotta
stop.
think about that.
Okay, but let's stay guided.
The question was, dang it, what was the question?
I think it was rank from the most sex.
What was the question? The question was about which country is more open about it, or something along those lines. That's why South Africa is in the front because the sexual education
Yeah,
for
yeah.
everyone is there, not just based on family or based on individuals.
Yeah.
That's why she is ranked number 1.
Yeah, and I don't want people to get it wrong. I don't think it's based off actual interaction.
Right.
We were talking about people who are knowledgeable and mature, like as they're growing to know the ins and outs. So you may hear the conversation, but that don't mean they're actually active.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just something that normally talked about. It's not a taboo essay.
Right,
you
right.
know?
And some parents don't want to be the one to talk about it. So
Yeah,
that's
that
good
is
that
true.
it's out there. But in terms of the actual act, I think he's trying to argue that they number 1.
Okay.
Let's get guided. The question was about the country that is the most open
Yes.
about
Most open
sexually
about-
open.
sexually open
So if you
about-
said that it's one faction
It's
of
more- it's more-
society
it's- I think
is
it's more
more
guys, it's more
open,
guys, it's more guys.
but then there's a country
So, I
where
agree with
both
this.
members
So both
of
men and
society.
women-
So I would say
Yeah.
South
Yeah,
Africa.
I'd say
Okay.
yeah.
So, thank you.
He
So
wanted
we're
that
traveling
number
to
1.
South Africa.
Recently, there was a bill that was blocked by the parliament that was supposed to be about like having more sex ed and reproductive health education in, I think, high schools, but it was blocked. It was blocked because people are like, why should kids be talking about sex? Why should kids have access to condoms? But then in most African countries, it's not just in Rwanda, but in most African countries, we actually have a big number of underage girls that become like teen mothers, And that's, one, because of rape, because there are older men that take advantage of younger women, but also because there's lack of sexual education. Someone will come and tell you, oh yeah, you only get pregnant when, you're the one on the bottom. If you get on the top, then, and kids can easily be misled. So I feel like we have evolved for sure. There's like a little bit more than it used to be before, but I think in my country, we still have a long way to go.
So it's hard to like speak about sex education in a specific way when you talk about Nigeria. But in general, I would believe like there's a way like your parents will have, but they scare you towards sex more than the way they will educate you. So they will say if you touch a gay boy, touch you, you'll be pregnant. So then you run away from the boy. You don't want the boy to touch you. So growing up, those kind of ideas happen. So about this new generation now, they are more like advanced, like a westernized. So they understand what it is. But I don't think they promote more condom in Nigeria in reality, because when you want to sexually involve with a person, you believe like that person is safe. Because if a Nigerian man want to be with you, he don't want to know of your body count. So if there's small body count, it's gonna move away.
We still have traditional ways of parents.
We actually just had a video where we talked about the body count.
We did. Yeah.
Okay, so would it be okay? So in American society, it is normal for the couples to go to the doctor together to get their reports, or go separately to get the report on their bill of health. They make sure everybody is good. Is that the same in your country if you're in Africa or wherever you are? Because I know here, like, that's so normal. A person generally wouldn't get offended unless they have something to hide.
Yeah.
So
And at some point, some people just ashamed because of probably levels of results that they can get. Like, I think
be ashamed.
Well, no, it's not to the point of
So
saying
that the
be. No, listen, no. It's important to say this because it's not to be ashamed to say I may be, something may have happened. I think it's, people need to normalize getting naturally checked, especially if
Right.
you're active. That is something that you should do. But I think in the process of that, stepping in that room, it's like I'm ashamed because, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's like walking in there thinking that you all of a sudden something might be off.
I would
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I would rather know than be scared to know.
Exactly. I got you.
And then give that to somebody else.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and then to say about he said that the Nigerian brother was talking about how they're more westernized, they're more aware of it or something.
Now,
the younger generation. We can talk about our generation. We didn't have phones in our hands 24/7.
Right.
Now you're got so many things that's just randomly popping up, and just the naked eye see things, and you know what happens when things are eye candy to you. Is now you want to see more of it. Yeah, and that's just the growth of it, you know what I'm saying? So we didn't have too many cell phones, and we was in the streets, we was doing everything that we possibly can touch, a rock, a water hose, a ball, whatever it was.
We like that last generation that was really, really outside. And talking.
Yeah.
Talking about their kids about sex, like teaching them to wait until marriage, but also aunties to their nieces, teaching them like some sexual practices that they can do as they prepare for womanhood.
What about LGBT?
LGBTQ.
Okay, that's a tough one.
With South Africa, very open about it, very proud about it. We were one of the first countries in 2006 to recognize same-sex marriages, and we're just very open about it. It's not a taboo subject whatsoever in South Africa.
Based on what I know, based on my understanding, when I used to live in Nigeria, there's nothing like that. We don't understand like LGBTQ because there are some people that guys sleep on the same bed together. In Canada, it may be a different perspective. So guys shower together. They can be like 30 guys showering together back. So when I was living in Nigeria, I don't have idea of LGBTQ. So there's nothing like that. Like they don't talk it out. But when I went there like 2021, I believe I've seen guys in Lagos kissing each other and they were together. So at that point, so like, there's a gap of like an openness. That is my best knowledge.
I'd say in Malawi, in my country, I think you can actually be arrested for being homosexual. Like I remember there was some couple who actually got arrested not too long ago, like maybe 10 years ago plus I'm talking about. But I haven't been home in a long time, but I feel like even just talking to anyone in any community about like LGBTQ plus or whatever, it's kind of like
the mass of the country hasn't understood yet that, you know, it's okay, or like that, you know, gay people have rights. So it's still in the development, but I love that it's not illegal. So no one can come arrest you because, you know.
So in Sudan, it actually is illegal, and you could be sent to jail or be killed in jail as well. It's non-existent there. Even in Canada, like if you also like part of like the community, like parents have shunned their kids that did come out. It's still very frowned upon.
I will agree to that in Nigeria. If a girl come out to the parent, okay, I'm lesbian. So first of all, they might think that she's possessed or something like that. So the understanding there would be like, what's wrong with you? Like, you know, what are you talking about? So there's no concept in that kind of culture that tell people like a woman would like a woman. Like I grew up very innocent about this because when I was in Nigeria, like I don't know guys like guys, but when I come to Canada, the first time I went to church, like I went to club, I went to Church Street. So I didn't know it was like LGBTQ. So I was dancing with this guy, like, you know, sending different messages.
Before he knew about
he's
it.
liking me, and I can know. Because in Nigeria, you know, guys and guys dance together. The functionality of Nigerian guys, you can be like LGBTQ too. Because they all guys, 2 guys, 5 guys will sleep on the same bed.
He thinking we just dancing like homies. No. And that's why it's important to learn about other cultures. Oh.
Yo, that water didn't want to go down. I ain't want to spit on y'all. Hey, that's wild,
He was
bro.
like I was just dancing.
Yo, just, you know, chilling. Like he was mentioning, he said it was to the point where, you know, I'm thinking about it from a sports perspective when he said the guys will shower together, or a gym perspective. You know, people go in the gym, they work out sweaty, they go wash up. In and out type of stuff. But then when he throw in the dancing and, you know,
You just dancing
like we just
together.
grooving, you know, I'm chilling like, yeah, look, watch me hit that Dougie. Next thing you know, the Dougie becomes another move. And I'm like, yo, okay, that's funny, bro. That's Hold up.
He's liking me, and I can know. Because in Nigeria, you know, guys and guys dance together. The functionality of Nigerian guys, you can be like LGBTQ too. Because we all guys, 2 guys, 5 guys will sleep on the same bed with their busters. So, but to them, they are still straight. Maybe there's thing in them that they haven't figured out, but they always like, and guys always move together a lot, and girls move separately.
Actually, affection where I come from is mostly shown like in same-sex like friendships, like platonic relationships. You know, guys can hold hands. I grew up, you know, with cousins like sleeping on the same beds and stuff. So it's really in the West that I find that things are very sexualized, especially showing like physical affection. It's a very sexualized thing. I think it's wrong. We should allow people to like love on each other without really having to read into it.
Guys and guys, they used to dance together like in Nigeria. So it's a thing like part of it is like the girl would like look and say like, okay, wow, this guy can dance or this boy. But if you do it over here, I think there will be like a different kind of interpretation.
Yeah, like girls love it when you can, you know, like
twist, but it's just so fun. Like everything that is right in African is always wrong in Western world, and everything that is right in Western world, I think is wrong in Africa.
Like, you know, in the animal kingdom, like a peacock, he shows his, you know, all the male. They show their bright colors. Like for me, like growing up, if I just got into the middle of a circle and just start, you know, whining, You know what I mean? Like gyrating. You know what I mean? And all the girls love it. Like it's like really that was like the one stage I can shine. Like if I don't do anything else, if I don't do anything else, I can get some girls just because I know how to move my body.
Gyrate.
You know what I mean?
I think you need to show the Canadians how
You
it's done.
need to like, you know,
Do it.
call me later.
Look. Alright, we're gonna stop right there, man. Make sure y'all go check her channel out. She be having some great conversations.
Yeah.
I had something I wanted to say. It may come back to me.
Maybe not. I don't know. I'm about to close out the video.
Alright, go ahead, close it out.
This was a very good conversation.
Facts.
Very wholesome conversation. You know, sometimes when it's not carefully curated or moderated, it goes down. It goes left.
Yeah.
But this was a good conversation. Okay, so we hope you guys enjoyed this video with us. Be sure to subscribe. We'll see you soon.
Peace.